Hi friends. So today I'm going to share with you some of my paintings, not all of them, some of my paintings, and also I will share with you one of my poems which I had titled as a painting. So I got into this painting. I really got into it few years back, and I had watched lots of videos for acrylic painting and oil painting. So before that exposure, I was not aware of these medium of painting. I had a vague idea because I had never done it nor I had explored it. And I had painted when I was in school, and that too at very elementary level, maybe at till class 4th or so. So that time, we were just aware of watercolors, that's it. So then I did a lot of research a few years back, and then I got to know about acrylic paints, and I got to know about oil paint, and so I purchased a lot of things, and maybe I can create some video for beginners now, that because I had invested a lot of time and money also, because the paints that are especially oil paints and especially the brushes, like, they are really expensive. And I have few friends outside India, and they so I'm really grateful to them, and they brought some good kits and some good brushes, really good brushes, high quality oil paints from the US. So I had got into this oil paints and acrylic paintings, etc. But the medium that I like the most is oil painting because of number of reasons. But the flip side of that is, you have to have lot of things for oil painting. For example, for watercolor or acrylic paints, you can dilute that color in water, but that is not the case with oil paints, and you require other you can say accessories for that, and it takes a lot of time to dry. For example, acrylic paint will dry as soon as you paint. After within 10 minutes it will dry, but oil painting takes a lot of days. But there are very plus points of oil painting also, and I like oil painting a lot, and especially I like to paint on big canvases. So so it takes a lot of time. So that is the negative side of oil paintings. So I will now show you some of my paintings, and then I will recite a painting poem for all of you, for me as well. So I think I would have shown this painting to you before. This one I had titled as The Heaven, and this is an acrylic. Yeah, this was another painting, like it was a 10-minute painting. So here if you see, the color of the water is yellow, but still it is giving the impression of water. How? Because they are reflections. I'm holding my camera, so I cannot pinpoint, I'm not able to pinpoint, but you see here, these are the reflections. So because of these, our mind processes this even yellow color as water. So, and also, if I'll just tell you something about paintings, the nearer the object, the darker it is. So that's how you are able to identify different layers of trees. So there are you can see there are kind of 3 layers of trees, because the nearest one is the darkest that I have painted, and the farther we go, the lighter the color becomes. So this is also acrylic. This is one of my favorite acrylic painting. This is called, as I titled it as, You're Welcome. So like, everybody is welcome at my place. And these are 2 paintings that we have it in front of our kitchen. So this is watermelon and banana. So these are impressionist style of paintings. So impressionist style means that these will give the impression. This is not a realistic painting. This is not realism. It's impressionist style. See, if you look at the background, it's a combination of various colors, and so this is it's giving us the impression that it is a watermelon, it's a banana. It's not realism, like it's not realistic painting, and I don't like realistic paintings. Again, another example. See, this is also in front of in our kitchen, and so again, so these are like the fragrances. It's being shown with the help of these white curls and lines, right? So this doesn't happen like you know. So this is impression that it's this coffee is smelling really good. So that is the impressionist style of painting. Again, this is acrylic, and my first successful, I would say, oil painting was this one. So in this painting, I really like the splashes, right? And the color of the sky, it looks like surreal and mysterious, some magical sort of thing. And the splashes, the splashes where the falls, hit some rocks, and the foam kind of thing that, is formed. So that is also something that I liked in this painting. And one big painting also I have, and I really like, because for small painting also it takes same time, for big painting also it takes same time, and if you have big canvases, you have the liberty. So now let me try to show you one of my big oil painting. So I'm sorry I'm not able to show you properly, but I think you would have got a glimpse of it and a rough idea of it. So I basically like big canvases and big brushes, and so that I can make that big bold almighty strokes of brushes with rich colored paints. So I don't like that detailed work, that very minute sort of work or realistic painting. I like impressionist style of painting. So the one that I showed, that was oil painting, and I skipped one of my acrylic painting. I will just show it to you. So this is one of my acrylic paintings, and one more, the last painting that I will show you is that of my mom's. I'll show it to you. The lady who is holding a flower. This is like my mom has signature at the bottom of this painting, and in that the year mentioned is 1979. So just imagine, like, it's a very very old painting. It was lying just like that at our home. So I just in the sense, it was on a piece of cloth. So I got that framed, and now it is in my mom's room. And if you could see this one, so one day I was painting, I was doing some painting, and with some paints, they are always left over. So she she never likes to waste anything, so she just took a rough piece of paper, and all those colors that were supposed to get wasted, so she used those paints, and she created a piece of art. So now I will just unlock my I will unlock my system, and I will just read my poem, a painting. So this is a poem that I wrote when I was really into paintings. And for a long time, I have not painting the wrong password. So for a long time, I have not painted. The reason being that it's like very cumbersome, especially oil painting. And now I'll have to order some canvases also. And because of this COVID-19 situation, I'm a little bit skeptical not to order unnecessary stuff. So I'll see, but I have to get back to paintings. If not, oil paintings, which take a lot of time in the sense, you have for the cleanup activities, you have to clean the brushes, etc., with the help of spirit or some other medium. We cannot wash oils with water, right? So let's see. So now I'm going to recite my poem. I will just wear my specs. Okay. So a painting. Sitting. So now you will hear a lot of words like gesso, linseed oil. These are all the things that we use when we do oil painting. and you'll also hear sap green, Indian yellow, Vendine brown. All these are permanent red, alizarin crimson. All these are the name of colors. So the name of the colors are also very nice. I like the sound of the name of the colors also. So, and I have dedicated this poem to Bob Ross and Bill Alexander. So it's like really someday if you get time you can just listen to Bob Ross. His sound, the way he speaks is very soothing and very calming. It's almost therapeutic. So I have listened to a lot of his. I have seen almost all of his videos. I've watched all of his videos, and his mentor was Bill Alexander. So the style of painting that I have learned, oil painting, is like these two folks are my mentors, and hence I've dedicated this poem to them. So I will just quickly read my poem. Sitting in front of white blank canvas, laying the paraphernalia on my mattress. Myriad hues, brushes, palette knife, and magic white. With linseed oil and gesso, everything seems alright. Oh, quick, grab few tissues and towels, anxious, masterpiece or my scowls. Now easel straightened, canvas boarded, palette, let's get started, off to the world uncharted. Destiny in my hands, folks, with big bold almighty strokes. Joyous, I fired it. Lost in the deep, dark woods, adieu to all the worldly goods. Jumps into puddles, basks in the waterfalls, distant snow-capped mountains. Who knows, some mysterious fountains. Wandering around the Vendine woods, into the sap greens and Indian yellows. There, a happy little accident. A phthalo blue lake whimsin, with a hint of alizarin crimson. Tired, I make my permanent red campfire. This is what was my long desire. Near the lake, under the fascinating starlit sky, amongst the happy little trees, a day gone by. Beholding, I finally sigh. So this is my poem that I had written long back on April 10th, 2017. Thanks a lot to listening to this. I think it's a long video. Today's video has become long. Thank you for being with me till this point. Thank you. Bye.